Who says cheap gear has to be crap in hi-fi? Fosi Audio have been shaking up the budget space since 2017. Today I'm taking a look at two pieces from them, the GR70 tube headphone amp and preamp and the IM4 open back IEMs. Let's see how they stack up. Or don't. Welcome to the Audio Lab. I'm Peter Thomson. Before we get stuck in, do the thing. You know the thing. It only takes a couple of milliseconds and really helps the channel grow. Get on board. Just before we get going, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this gear with my own money. If you'd like to support the channel, there will be affiliate links below. It doesn't buy my opinion. All right, let's crack this open. I have produced a full 80s guitar track for this using Suno. It's called Han Valen Solo. Turn it up. Roll the unboxing. Unboxing was great. Feels like real audio gear out of the box, not random eBay junk. And putting the GR70 together is actually part of the whole experience. Install the tubes, fit the guards, get everything set up properly. It feels like you're engaging with the gear, not just plugging in another box. Hands-on without being fiddly. More gear should be like this, be part of the process. Build quality is solid. Metal chassis, good weight, controls feel proper, nothing toy grade here. Quick specs so you know what we're dealing with here. The GR70 is a tube headphone amp and preamp. It's not a DAC. Rollable tubes, low and high impedance modes for headphones and IEMs, tone controls, and a proper RCA pre-out if you want to feed speakers or another amp. The IM4s are open-backed IEMs, 10mm dynamic driver with beryllium-coated diaphragm, 21 ohms, very easy to drive, 3 sets of tips in the box. Choosing the right tip really matters because the wrong ones do kill the bottom end. Now, this is not a massive mastering chain. This is a fun, affordable rig for people who are curious about tubes without spending stupid money. All right, enough talk. Let's actually have a listen to how this sounds. I set up a loopback chain so we can compare the original digital source against the GR70's pre-out. You'll see the changes on the screen during the montage. No commentary here, just listen. So, now you've heard it. Here's what I actually heard and found. Starting with the IM4s, really nice build quality. Packaging is excellent, nice presentation, 3 sets of tips as I've already mentioned, and a really nice case. The cable is a little bit lightweight, not premium, but not really a concern. Now, finding the right tips was essential. It took me a little while. With the normal tips, the bass was missing. With listening on my SSL 12, it had great separation, really good soundstage. It was balanced top and bottom. Mid-range was a little bit muddy. With the GR70, it was a much warmer sound. The stage tightened up a little bit, still really enjoyable, just a different flavour. Now I moved to headphones on the GR70. I fed the GR70 with a 3.5mm to RCA out from my computer. Now, first using my Audio Technica BPHS1s, balanced and separated full sound, plenty of drive. The amp has more than enough grunt for these. I love the BHPS ones. They're a really good quality sound, great for voice, quite clear, and good separation through all things. On the Avantone Planar IIs, they are noticeably soft. Planners are already really smooth, and the tubes just make them a little bit softer. It was a little bit too laid back for me with the tone flat on the GR70. If tone controls weren't available on the GR70, I probably wouldn't do this pairing very often. With EQ applied, there was a much better balance, still a narrow stage, top end a little bit fractured because of driving it a little bit harder, usable but not my favourite combo. Now, using the pre-out, I moved to my CLA 100 power amp and tested 2 sets of speakers. My Polk Audio ES10s were first. Flat tone didn't work well here. Had to push the highs to get separation. Power delivery was excellent and felt like it had plenty in reserve. Then I moved to my CLA 10s from Avantone. They handled the GR70 much better. They're a very crisp speaker to start with, and I could leave the tone controls flat. It was a much nicer, more balanced experience. The GR70 clearly prefers a brighter speaker to bring the full spectrum to life. So, my final thoughts. The IM4s are a really nice, affordable IEM, but they need the bass tips. Otherwise, they're way too bright. I still want to try them with a phone DAC, a portable DAC, and I'll update that in the comments when I've done that. Moving to the GR70, this is just fun. From unboxing to assembly to powering it up, it feels like a proper piece of gear. Warm, smooth, nostalgic, without turning everything to mush. If you want maximum detail or forensic accuracy, this is probably not the chain for you. But if you just want to dip your toes into tubes without spending stupid money, this is absolutely the way to go. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole process, and if I wasn't making this video while testing, I think my appreciation would have been even higher. Just a quick word on Fosi before we wrap up. They're not pretending to make boutique endgame gear. They're making fun, affordable products that let people experiment without going broke. And the GR70 fits that perfectly. If this video helped you, give it a like. Subscribe for more real audio content. No influencer hype. Affiliate links below if you want to support the channel. Follow the Audio Lab on Facebook for updates and behind the scenes tips. Merch coming soon, maybe, if people want it. I'm Peter Thomson. This is the Audio Lab. See you next time.